A dark return. Wednesday returns to Nevermore Academy after summer break, wearing her iconic black attire, accompanied by Thing. At the Addams mansion, she had received a mysterious black envelope with only one phrase. To the Raven, your fate awaits. She keeps it hidden from everyone, not even sharing it with Enid. Upon arrival, she notices new gargoyle statues erected across the campus, giving the academy a sinister vibe. Nevermore introduces its new headmaster, Professor Celine Vera, a woman in her 40s with a chilling aura, beautiful, refined, but unsettlingly watchful. Unlike Principal Weems, Celine doesn't hide her fascination with Wednesday. She openly praises Wednesday's intellect and resilience, almost as though she's grooming her for something greater. The students, especially Wednesday, feel an ominous shift in Nevermore's leadership. Wednesday experiences a disturbing vision while sketching in her notebook. Nevermore engulfed in crimson flames, students running and screaming, shadowy figures hunting them down. The vision ends with Wednesday herself standing on the burning courtyard, cloaked in raven feathers. She awakens with blood dripping from her nose and realizes her visions are becoming stronger and far more violent. Xavier seems emotionally detached. Though he still draws, his artwork is darker, consumed by monstrous imagery. His relationship with Wednesday feels strained, and he avoids her, fearing her visions and her cold demeanor. Meanwhile, a new student named Cashin Drake, mysterious, pale, and eerily calm, appears intrigued by Wednesday, showing up wherever she goes. Wednesday, however, suspects his interest is more sinister than romantic. Enid has fully embraced her werewolf transformation, but her powers are unstable. During training sessions, her claws grow longer than normal. Her eyes glow crimson instead of yellow, and she loses awareness of her surroundings. Wednesday observes her with both concern and fascination, secretly sketching Enid's monstrous forms. Their friendship is tested as Wednesday treats her like a puzzle rather than a person. Wednesday discovers hidden tunnels beneath Nevermore, leading to a forgotten chamber filled with black-feathered masks and cryptic murals. It belongs to a secret society called the Raven Cult. They worship an ancient prophecy that the Raven will bring forth an age of shadows. The murals eerily resemble Wednesday herself, depicted leading armies of darkness. Thing sneaks into Headmaster Celine's office and uncovers strange runes carved beneath her desk. Wednesday interprets them as symbols tied to blood magic and fate-binding rituals. Celine catches Thing in the act, but lets him go with a knowing smirk, as if she wanted Wednesday to find them. Bianca's mother and members of the Siren cult arrive at Jericho, demanding Bianca rejoin them to strengthen their ranks. They threaten to expose her secrets and manipulate her friends unless she obeys. Bianca, torn between freedom and family, tries to hide her pain from her classmates, but slowly begins confiding in Wednesday, finding strength in her blunt honesty. Wednesday begins to suspect one of her close friends is spying for the headmaster. She grows paranoid, observing Enid, Bianca, and Xavier with suspicion. When Cashin drops subtle hints about her private visions, things she hasn't told anyone, she realizes someone is leaking her secrets. The betrayal cracks the fragile bond between the group, isolating Wednesday further. Exploring the forbidden wing of Nevermore's library, Wednesday and Thing find a massive tome bound in what appears to be human skin. The book whispers to her in an ancient tongue, warning of the Crimson Eclipse. When she touches the cover, black feathers burst from her fingertips, leaving her shaken. Xavier later finds her sketching symbols from the book without realizing she's doing it. A violent thunderstorm hits Jericho, during which monstrous shadow creatures invade Nevermore's grounds. They feed on fear, growing larger as students scream. Enid transforms into her wolf form to protect her peers, but she loses control, nearly injuring Yoko. The academy is left in ruins, and Wednesday realizes these creatures are connected to the Crimson Prophecy. Tyler, the Hyde, mysteriously escapes his containment. He shows up wounded near Nevermore, claiming he wants redemption and offering intel about the shadow creatures. Wednesday doesn't trust him, but when he helps fend off an attack, the group reluctantly allows his presence. Enid and Bianca remain hostile, while Wednesday treats him with cold pragmatism. She doesn't forgive, but she will use him. Wednesday has her most terrifying vision yet. She sees herself as the harbinger of destruction, leading an army of shadows under a crimson-red moon. The vision ends with her killing Enid. When she wakes, she trembles, something she rarely shows. For the first time, Wednesday questions whether the prophecy might be true. Cashin grows closer to Wednesday, sharing cryptic knowledge about her visions. He eventually confesses his affection for her, but she rejects him with icy wit. Enraged, he reveals his true identity as a devoted member of the Raven cult, sent to ensure Wednesday fulfills the prophecy. After a fierce fight in the catacombs, he vanishes, promising she cannot escape her destiny. Bianca finally breaks free of her family's hold, choosing Nevermore over the Siren cult. In a climactic scene, she uses her siren song to repel a wave of shadow creatures. The power nearly kills her, leaving her weakened but resolute. Wednesday, though she rarely shows it, acknowledges Bianca as her equal, and perhaps even her ally in the war to come. Wednesday confronts Celine, demanding answers. Celine reveals she is a descendant of the Addams bloodline, tracing her lineage back to a forgotten sister of Goody Addams. She believes the prophecy is binding and that Wednesday must embrace her raven powers to lead the Age of Shadows. Instead of denying it, Celine encourages it, treating Wednesday like a chosen heir. Wednesday discovers that the cursed book is the Raven cult's key to controlling the prophecy. In a desperate act, she smashes the tome, believing it will end their power. Instead, it unleashes a far greater darkness, a force bound within its pages, the Shadow Queen. The air grows colder, and Nevermore itself begins to crack under supernatural strain. The Shadow Queen possesses Headmaster Celine, transforming her into a towering, feathered, dark entity. With her powers amplified, she commands legions of shadow beasts. Wednesday realizes she must embrace her raven heritage, not to bring destruction, but to turn prophecy against itself. Goody Addams appears in her visions, warning her, "Fate is not written, it is inked in blood and choice." A climactic battle erupts at Nevermore. Enid, Bianca, and Tyler lead the students against waves of shadow beasts. Xavier's paintings come alive to fight by his side. Wednesday faces the Shadow Queen in the courtyard, their duel tearing the Academy apart. In a symbolic moment, Wednesday's black raven wings unfurl for the first time, not as a weapon of destruction, but as defiance against destiny. Wednesday defeats the Shadow Queen with wit and unyielding resolve, but victory comes at a price. The battle leaves Nevermore scarred, Bianca near death, and Enid deeply shaken. Wednesday's powers, however, grow stronger, her vision sharper, more horrifying. In the final scene, she stands alone on Nevermore's tower under a crimson moon, whispering coldly, "If this is destiny, I'll rewrite it in my own ink." The screen cuts to black, hinting that Wednesday may one day truly become the Raven of Fate.